All right, so today's amend is NYC Backhanded Woman. So I'm still working with that same coworker on that reality show, and we're driving around New York City, and it's kind of like a truck, a little not a truck, like a van, like almost like a raised. I think that's where we were driving, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it was her. Maybe it was another. I don't know. I don't know how I had the vantage point of being up higher. Or I just remember that seeing in the crosswalk intersection, where the traffic light, and then of course it's New York, so everybody just crisscrosses and goes every which way. And in the middle of it all, was a man and a woman. They seemed to be arguing. They stood still, and then I think we were 3 cars back before the light, or 2 or 3 cars back, and he just backhanded this woman. She just grabbed her face, shocked. Everybody's still walking around, and I've seen that before. When out at friends of a friend or something like that, where something happened, something is along those lines. The amend is that I'm sorry I didn't step in. There in that specific instance, we were so many cars back, and my head's trying to turn it, and when's the light, and of course then the light takes forever. And could I have done something? Maybe, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Same thing in those other respects in terms of other handful of situations, and I'm sure other people have experienced it constantly. And then you have your norm, you have your baseline be that. I'm not trying to compare and contrast. This is the amend to that person, that there's lack of action on my part, and I hope I'm a changed person, and I would react differently. I don't know if I have. I can't. Maybe if I strain to think of other instances where I have intervened in the last 10 or so years. But back then, this is probably 2003, 2004, around then. I don't think I did react appropriately. And in other instances, were in my 20s, where if it's not the fear of confrontation that gets you, because I think there was an instance where it was the fear of it that got me, and then on other instances where it was not fear, it was just that, is it my place? Is it my position? And here's the thing, why is that even in question? Is it my place? Oh God, that's a different discussion. This amend is for the fact that I feel that I just, inaction, lack of action, and maybe other people would take action. Maybe other people would jump the gun. You have to go from the philosophy that nobody deserves to get hit, right? Nobody deserves to get hit for anything. No provocation by words or action against objects it would have to be that philosophical viewpoint. And is that past any of us? And I'm not justifying it. I'm just making an amend for lack of action that I felt that I coulda, shoulda, woulda acted. And I remember the light taking prolonged, and she was standing there, and he just left, and nobody did anything. Nobody moved, including me. And I don't know, maybe that's a cycle of that woman. Maybe that was that day where she broke up with that lunatic of a guy. I don't know. Or maybe, of course, there's another narrative where she's just pushed his button one final time, and he's so out of control, out of his own thing, that's his reaction. I'm not justifying it to that end. I'm not saying, we should all learn what our reactions are and not have it get to that place, right? I should know it. Everybody should know it. Everybody should know where it is. That way we're responsible for, to some extent, our reactions. No, made me do it. But I'm not trying to quote Camus. What is it? Like, there's crimes of passion and crimes of logic, and the line between them is not easily defined. I don't know what that crime was, him backhanding a woman. Backhand that's either that's habitual, or that's a first time, or I don't know what. That's different than a slap across that's different than this. The backhand is for sure different, right? I'm pretty sure it was a backhand. I don't think I was exaggerating it. Even if I was exaggerating it to slap, what? She's there stunned, left there. Nobody did anything, neither did I. Part of the problem, right? if you're watching this and go, yo, bitch probably deserved that. God, like, I'm not empathizing with your ideology because I'm not even going to go there. I get it in the sense that, yeah, in the world of possibility, there it is. But you know what? In the world of possibility, know yourself to extract yourself out of that situation. Why are you even taking it further? Why even going to that length? Publicly, just boom. Even privately, why? Just to what extent does somebody have to get pushed for violence? And I get it. I get it, but still no excuse, and nobody should have to get hit, right? Not like that. Publicly, nobody does anything. Nobody stopped them. Probably went around doing it to another person, possibly, maybe he remembers it. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I remember it clear as day. What, 15, 16 years ago? So I'm sorry, woman in the street. I'm sorry, NYC backhanded woman. I'm sorry that I didn't intervene. I'm sorry that others didn't intervene. Intervene and sort out the instance. What was the issue? I don't think anybody deserves it. And people still do it, and can we extract ourselves from a situation before it goes to such violence, or even more violent, right? I'm sure there's all. I mean, we can talk exceptions to the rule all day long. I'm not bringing that up to exclude myself from the responsibility of bearing witness to violence upon others. And to what extent does my non-reaction bear responsibility? New York City, right? NYC battered woman. Sorry, NYC backhanded woman. Same thing, right? Maybe it should be battered woman. Thank you for listening.